Welcome to the Legend of Zelda series. The entire history of Hyrule, Termina, the Twilight Realm, the other parallel realms, Lorule, the history of the Legend of Zelda. This video here that you are now watching is to basically tell you of a series I'll be starting. I'll be starting to play every Legend of Zelda game in order according to the timeline. I will be telling you quotes from Hyrule Historia and other sources I can get my hands on. Now, let's begin. As I was saying, I will be playing the timeline of the Legend of Zelda franchise. The unified timeline as you see here with child, downfall, and adult timeline. First, we'll be going through the unified timeline, obviously. This is from Hyrule Historia. I will also be doing quotes important to these specific games. I'll be quoting directly from Hyrule Historia, which I have with me. I own a copy. So, clearly we have to start the first game in the timeline, and if you're looking at this, you probably already figured which one it is. Which brings us to I'll do another video to explain that thing. And I'll try, and I'm aiming at 100% that one. So I'll be doing more than one playthrough of 4 or 5 of the games in the whole timeline. So Skyward Sword will get more than one playthrough, for example. Ocarina of Time would also get more than one. You kind of figured that out. But also, as you can see here now, this one is a bit more updated. I think. No, it's not actually. Actually, yes it is. It has a Link Between Worlds and Triforce Heroes. Triforce Heroes is part of the timeline, which means I'll have to get my hands on a copy and play it. But we don't need to worry about that for now. That's a long ways away. Skyward Sword, Minish Cap, 4 Swords, Ocarina of Time. And for those who are wondering about Breath of the Wild, that will be explained in a different video when we get closer to the end of all 3 of these branches. What do I call the series? Skyward Sword, for some reason, will be like Omega plays Skyward Sword. So, my playthrough of Skyward Sword would be its own little thing. Minish Cap would be its own thing. Ocarina of Time be its own thing. Majora's, you get the picture. But they're all part of a certain series that covers the whole franchise. But there'll be each individual thing set to each game, so each game gets its own little series. This is going to be fun. I am going to have so much nostalgia in this. Hyrule! And I will be quoting some lore directly from Hyrule Historia that I want to grab right now. There is one thing that confuses me. The Oracle games. Because according to the encyclopedia, the Oracle games in Link's Awakening have been flopped. They flipped places. That's the only one I'm not sure of. Of course, some of the games will require a modded 3DS, but hopefully by time we get closer to those games. I'll have one by then. Hopefully. Now, clearly, Skyward Sword has a hero mode. I'll be doing that. I'll 100% it in one of those playthroughs. I'm not sure which. Minish Cap is actually more of a blind playthrough, because I've never actually beaten Minish Cap fully. I've beaten the first dungeon, but never any more than that. Ocarina of Time? Oh, that is not blind in the slightest. I have played that game since I was like 4 on my Nintendo 64. So the only games on here that are really blind are the original Zelda, The Adventure Link, Triforce Heroes, Link Between Worlds to an extent, Link to the Past, only the later endings of that game. So basically near the end of that game is not blind. Is blind, but the first half isn't. Majora's Mask isn't blind at all. Wind Waker isn't blind at all. Twilight Princess isn't blind. Phantom Hourglass isn't blind. Spirit Tracks is only blind when you consider basically the final thing in the game. Other than that, not blind. So I'll be knowing what I'm doing for pretty much most of this. Now, hope you guys are enjoying this music. Of course, there is a thing. Four Swords Adventures is going to be a problem. I own it. But it's going to be hard to do without my Game Boy anymore. Because I got to hook that into my GameCube in order to play that game properly. And I lost the cable. So this series is going to require a bit of spending for me. I'm going to have to buy some things I used to have. Like that cable. And buy modded 3DSs. I know a store where I can buy that. Mod 3 is going to require more, but don't worry, I'll figure something out. But I've really been wanting to do this. I'm a member of the Nintendo Creator Program now. So I wanted to wait until I was verified before I announced this. That's why this took so long. And expect many playthroughs of the same game more than once. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, I expect these candidates to be a lot of different playthroughs of. More than any of the others. But there is a problem. By the time we get down to actually doing Breath of the Wild, which that'll have a double playthrough also. Normal and Master Mode. But by the time we get there, there might be a new Zelda game out by then. So I might have to readjust this later on, but we'll see. That just happened. I don't think there's any other YouTuber who has tried this idea, playing the Zelda series according to the timeline. I haven't seen anyone else who's done it, so I don't know. Lake Princess Zelda Ganondorf. In all images in this video, credit goes to all their owners. This is made for entertainment purposes only. Legend of Zelda. The history of Hyrule itself. We shall be uncovering that soon. First, adventures will take us to the sky. Eventually through time. Through twilight. To the great sea. Other worlds. To the door. And here you see a Japanese one. And now behold Hyrule. I'm mainly looking forward to Ocarina of Time than everything else being my favorite one and the one I have the most. I will be doing it from the original Nintendo 64 cartridge from my Nintendo 64. Then eventually we'll do the 3DS ones. And all the Virtual Console ones. Expect a lot of Ocarina. And a lot of Majora. Which this will include playthroughs no glitches, playthrough with glitches, playthrough challenges. So first, normal stuff first. I have a lot planned. As for Wind Waker, I'll mainly only do Wind Waker HD for that. Even though I own the GameCube one, I want to only do it on that one. So there'll be 2 playthroughs for Wind Waker also. But all only on the Wii U one. And I apologize in advance for this video getting a little long. And just enjoy the music for now. I am looking forward to this a big time. Who's also ready to enjoy the whole franchise. 3 decades worth of history. Gaming history. Zeldas also, no matter how frustrating they may be. But as I mentioned, some of these will require money on my part. Modded 3DS for like a Link Between Worlds and Triforce Heroes, including a copy of Triforce Heroes, which I don't have. You can't really blame me there, because really, look at that game. The original 4 swords will be the hard part. Being in the unified timeline, it's the 3rd game on the list because it comes after Minish Cap. That means Ocarina of Time is the 4th one on the list. But I think I figured a way. This clearly won't include things like Hyrule Warriors, Link's crossbow training, that stuff. That stuff can be totally different, because I really like Hyrule Warriors. I have it on the Wii U and the 3DS, and I'll be getting it when it comes to the Switch. A play for Hyrule Warriors won't be connected to this. Listen to that kick-ass music. Courage, power, and wisdom. Brother. When all was chaos and Hyrule. The golden goddess just descended. I am reading this off my memory. I'll be doing quotes unique to each game, like right before I start the game, and at unique, interesting parts. For example, quotes at the end of Ocarina of Time, that connects to all 3 of the future branches. I'll be doing quote unique. Skyward Sword will also get a quote. But the intro prologue for these games, I'll mainly handle it. Expect me to quote the Interloper War before Minish Cap it after Skyward. I'll be quoting the Hyrulean Civil War shortly before the beginning of Ocarina. Found it! Begins with the creation of heaven and earth. This is a telling of tales passed on through the ages by humans. The creation. This world was created by the three goddesses. They did not intend to unite the regions of this world, but instead the inhabitants have free reign of the land in this world. The three goddesses left behind the omnipotent Triforce. This world was created by the three goddesses during the time of chaos. Then the goddess of power. I will be telling you the rest of this bit of a quote later on. The Kingdom of Hyrule, created by the Golden Goddesses and protected by the Goddess Hylia. The world eventually became known as Hyrule. The Hylians, descendants of Hylia, lived in Hyrule and possessed magical abilities. After years of peace, a wave of chaos once again engulfed the land. The battle for the Sacred Realm. The legend of a supreme power spread throughout the land, whetting the appetites of those who would possess the Triforce and inciting vicious battles between them. Rauru, the Sage of Light, constructed the Temple of Time, which contained the only existing entrance to the Sacred Realm. The Temple of Time was built directly from the ruins of the Sealed Temple. Unite Earth and Sky. The Skyloftians reside here in Skyloft. Which contains now back to Rauru, the Sage of Light, constructed the Temple of Time, which contained the only existing entrance to the Sacred Realm, where the Triforce was located, with power stronger than both Time and the Master Sword. Rauru sealed the Sacred Realm, the pedestal holding the Master Sword was closed beyond the door of Time, and the keys to opening the door. You'll have to wait and see to know about that. were protected by the respective people. The Triforce was placed in the Temple of Light in the secret realm, which is now isolated from Hyrule, protecting the Triforce in the Temple of Light. Rauru became the guardian of the power of the gods. Noburu, the spirit sage, a chivalrous thief of the Gerudo tribe, because she opposed Ganondorf, she was brainwashed by his surrogate mothers, a pair called Twin Rova. Ganondorf, the demon thief, the Cain of the Gerudo. The history of the Twilight Realm. Now, on to a bit about the Sheikah. The Sheikah tribe, one of the tribes that served the goddess Hylia. They are individuals chosen by the goddess to watch over the seal of the Demon King. This role is passed on from one generation to the next. Skyloft is connected to the Isle of the Goddess by a bridge. It is paradise with spring-like weather year-round. The Wing Ceremony. The exam that allows students to academically advance in the Knight Academy. The one who rides her up skillfully enough to obtain the bird statuette before the others become the champion advances to their senior year. Demon Lord Girahim, a master sorcerer. A young man Skylock who comes down to the surface looking for Zelda. The crest of the Triforce, the proof of the complete power of the Triforce. Here's Zara's marks on the back of the hand. The top represents power, bottom left wisdom, bottom right courage. Once the bearer of the three triangles attains a perfect balance of attributes, there has been the true power of the Triforce is revealed. The crest of the royal family. The goddess Hylia had a bird-like crest. Rose giant birds. The Light Force, a source of infinite power from the heavens that holds the enormous power of the Force, which originally dwelled in all things. A map of the era. Doesn't differ much from the era of the sky. The Kakariki tribe. Each member of the Kakariki tribe possesses his or her own fairy partner. Though they never grow up, it is said that they will die upon leaving the forest. The fairy imp. Navi the fairy was sent by the Decatree to serve as Link's guide. Impa, Princess Zelda's attendant, one of the last surviving members of the Sheikah tribe who have served the royal family since ancient times. The Water Sage, Princess of the Zora tribe. Dorina, the Fire Sage, leader of the Goron tribe. Gorons, the people of fire, and Zoras, the people of water. The Goron tribe regard the spiritual stone of fire as a group of rock eaters that make their home on Death Mountain in this era. Their leader is Darunia, the Zora tribe, who protect the spiritual stone of water, live in Zora's domain, located at the headwaters of the Zora's river. The tribe was unified by a ruler known as King Zora. The King Link's meet in this era is known as Zora Devon. His daughter is Princess Rita. Peace returns to Hyrule. The Light Spirits. These spirits who once sealed away the twilight now guard the different regions of Hyrule. Their names are Ordania, Faron, Eldin, and Lanayr. Link, a young goat herder who makes his home in Ordon village. He possesses the qualities of the hero and remains a beast in twilight without being transformed into a spirit. Ordon village and its citizens. The lush homeland of Ordon village is located to the south of Faron Woods. In the province of Ordania, the inhabitants live in harmony with nature, raising animals such as mountain goats and harvesting crops and clean pumpkins. Link sets out to save the village children, following their abduction by Zant. Link and the hero Shay. Link, the descendant of the hero of time. When Link steps into twilight, the crest of the Triforce of Courage on the back of his hand begins to glow, and he is transformed into a beast. When he regains his human form, he finds himself wearing the green garb of the hero. The spirit of Link's ancestor, the hero of time, teaches him his secrets. Ever since returning to the child era, hence the picture you're looking at right now. The swordsman has lamented the fact that he was not remembered as a hero. This is the reason he passes down the proof of his courage and his secret techniques to the Link of this era, addressing him as son. The deeds of the hero of time are passed on as legends, even in the eras after the Kingdom of Hyrule. Though they do not realize what has happened. creation, golden goddesses, 3 goddesses. Then Nehru and Harari each left a crest behind. Each of these symbols, the crest of power, wisdom, and courage, can be found in locations related to the respective goddesses. Omnipotent and Triforce. The Triforce grants wishes to those who touch it. Since the Triforce does not distinguish between good or evil, allows both good and bad wishes. A strong heart, innate ability, and a balance of 3 virtues, power, wisdom, and courage, are to be granted a wish. If one does not possess the balance of 3 virtues, touches the Triforce, its 3 pieces split apart. Link versus Ganondorf, the king of evil himself. The decisive battle with Ganondorf. Ganondorf replaced Link under surveillance, kidnapped Princess Zelda and brought her to his castle. He attempted to lure Link there, also seeking the final piece of the Triforce. The Triforce, the power possessed by Ganondorf, wisdom born by Zelda, and courage of Zelda. Once the 3 pieces were united, they would resonate together last time I come for the battle with Ganondorf. The epic battle, the time and space itself. The Gerudo tribe, the people of the desert. A group of thieves inhabit the Gerudo Desert. The tribe bears only female children who occasionally wander into Hyrule to search for boyfriends. Their customs decree that a male child born in the tribe once every 100 years will be crowned their king. Granted, Ganondorf was raised by Kotoke and Kohome, a pair of twin witches called Twin Rova. Twin Rova worships Ganondorf as the Demon King, who said these witches who have lived for over 400 years rule the tribe from behind the scenes. Tale arose from the battle. The life of the time-traveling hero caused the chain of history to branch off in multiple directions from this point onward. The chronology of Hyrule diverges dramatically. This marks the end of the Legend of the Gods and the Hero of Time. There it is, the battle that shattered time and space itself. Courage versus power. The reincarnation of the Demon King versus incarnation of the chosen knight of the gods. Their battle. This battle here shattered time and space itself. In one timeline, the hero fell. Another 2, he survived. To learn of the fates of these timelines, you'll have to wait and see. The crest of the royal family of Hyrule. The crest of the Hylians. This marks the end of the video. Time for some extra info. Hylian in this era. Link, the bearer of the crest of the Triforce. Jorah's mask, a sinister mask, that was used for incantations long ago. Karina, the parallel world. The Legendary Giants, the guardian deities of Karina. day of destiny had arrived. The four giants stretched out their arms and held up the moon. However, the mastermind behind these events was none other than Majora's Mask. Link pursued the mask to the center of the moon. There, a strange battle unfolded. Link transformed into the fierce deity and eradicated the earth. Dark clouds menaced Hyrule. Hylian shield, an indestructible shield decorated with the same design that was favored in the era of the goddess Hylia. The War of the Bound Chest. Rest of the Kingdom of Hyrule. Many members of the royal family were born with special powers because of the lineage that connected them to the gods. Gods Hylia had a bird-like crest, and the people Skyroth rode giant birds. The crest of the royal family incorporates this historically important bird as well, the three triangles of the Triforce. Bye-bye, guys. Creation of the land and sky commences.